What were your careers before you became social media giants?
Well, I was born and raised in a restaurant family. Then in high school, I got a job in a men's store, and I stayed in the menswear business for 12 years. Then I opened up an antique importing shop for interior designers in San Francisco and did that for 20 years, was also an interior designer. And then a friend of mine wanted me to take over the job of dealing with apartment managers, and he had 4 apartment buildings and 200 units in San Francisco. So I was the go-between between them and the tenants. And then after that, I was a facilities manager for a socially responsible long-distance company where I was in charge of the mail room, I was in charge of reception, and I had to make sure we had 12 dozen bagels and schmears at 7 a.m. every Friday morning.
Man, after my own heart, bagels. We love bagels. We get bagels.
So they sent me to telephone school, and I was in charge of the telephone switch, and it was a huge, huge job.
And why did you retire?
Well, do you pay any long-distance fees anymore?
I used to be a long-distance operator, so I understand your pain.
Yes, and I've been a singer-musician since the age of 2. but
I knew that. You had that singer-musician
Vibe.
thing going on.
Yeah.
Ask him to sing a song.
No. We're in a new career now. And my last job was a florist out there before Old Gays took over.
And take over they did.
I was trained as an architect and spent 20 years as a city planner, 10 of those in St. Louis and 10 in San Francisco, and then decided in 1990 to retire to the desert, moved to the Palm Springs area, and launched a career as a sculptor, and was in a lot of galleries throughout California and there in the desert. And now I'm doing a different art.
Well, you really have a variety of past experiences. It's amazing that you all got together with this like that.
But I was already retired when this stuff started. So I was very happily just doing my thing in the desert.
Okay. Now you're happily unretired.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm a psychologist by profession, and my specialty is in addictive personality disorders.
Can we talk?
Came to the right place.
You're in the right place. You're in the right place.
I hope that's helpful for everybody.
I'm a certified gambler, gambling, sex,
Certified?
and drug and alcohol.
Oh, okay.
What's funny is I have a proclivity for all those addictions.
Well, those
at
are the
least-
best helpers
Of course.
to know what you've been through.
So how did you come about joining up with this crew?
I got a call, and they said, would you like to be a part of the Old Gays because someone is able to work right now? I said, I'd be more than happy to, whatever you guys need.
And he bought new luggage.
Yay!
Well, we heard about your, your travels.
So that one call, I again enjoyed the camaraderie, and I was amazed that I thought I had settled in my life, and I have enough friends, and I was pretty comfortable in my retirement. But this is another facet that I'm just, I won't say overwhelmed, but really surprising, and I'm enjoying every minute of it, and look
As
forward.
a grandfluencer, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm anticipating every moment of this occasion, and I'm thankful for it very much.
Well, people ask us all the time, did you know anything about TikTok or the internet or Instagram? And most of us say, kind of, sort of. What about you guys? Did you know anything about this before you got involved?
Kind of, sort of.
Does dating apps qualify?
Oh, Mabel.
I should have known. I should have known.
So you were under the weather, so to speak, for a while there. And what was that like, and how are you doing now?
Well, I'm doing great now. I'm definitely on the rebound, but I happened to get a urinary tract infection that I did not address quick enough, and it entered my bloodstream. And so I was in the hospital for 2.5 days on 6 different drips of I don't know what, which was actually the hospital was, for a hospital, a really wonderful experience because everyone there at Eisenhower,
yeah.
they are so good, so professional, but most of all, my friends, my family, and my fans. When I got out, I would read the comments that people were giving, and I'd just cry. So, anyway.
You know, I felt that way at a birthday time when somebody put on TikTok, I suppose, that it was my birthday, and 1,500 people said, "Happy birthday," and I cried. I said, who would ever have guessed in that little audition, 2 years ago now, that we would be able to reach that many people with joy?
And they reach back to us.
And they reach
Yeah,
back.
they sure do.
Yeah.
And
Do
you
you
can
get-
tell it's heartfelt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the vast majority. I'm sure we have a lot of that in common as far as the business we're both in. Finding the comments and going into them, it's just amazing. And I know you've gotten the same ones we have in some cases as far as we're not scared to get old anymore. That level of sharing coming back from people, you have no idea who they are. And you weren't when you were doing your shtick on TikTok and whatnot. And then you turn around and you see what a comment is to something you're doing. And yeah, it kind of melts you for a little bit there. You know,
And a
takes you
lot of
back.
them want to be adopted by
Yes.
us as their grandpas or their uncles.
Well, when you
Absolutely.
retire, we can
Gunkles.
do that.
Gunkles.
Dunkles. I love it. I love it.
We were lucky enough to share the New York Times article with you. Did you ever dream of this kind of success?
From Greenville, Tennessee. I didn't even think I'd get here to California. The whole world just continually amazes me.
What's the most memorable?
For me, the most memorable was going to all these foreign countries and ports and everything and have people recognize us. We made reservations at a restaurant, and the owner welcomed us with big arms and offered us cordials and all that because he knew who we were. And this was in Italy.
My thing is walking around town. I'm the social bunny. I just live off of hugs. And so when anybody recognizes me, I go, "You got to come in, baby. You got to come in for the hug." It's just so yummy. Just yummy.
My most memorable experience was we were in Las Vegas about this time last year for the Las Vegas Pride celebration, and we came back from seeing a show elsewhere into our hotel, and there were just these groups of girls, teenage and young 20s, that would scream at us as we were walking through and want selfies with us and all of that. And then but there was this one very tall, slinky woman who came up to me and planted a kiss on my lips and said, "You're my favorite."
And she was gorgeous. Slinky doesn't describe her. I mean, she had this gorgeous dress with spaghetti straps, and she was almost as tall as Robert, and she just went in and planted a big one.
Actually, she was taller and she was drunk.
Oh, Oh, that killed it. That was
I don't want to be a killjoy, but this was a touching moment for me. About a month ago, we went to the Shania Twain concert, and then when we walked inside the plane, here was this tall supervisor flight attendant who went like this when he saw Jesse, started to cry. Jesse went there and hugged her, and she started to tell her story, how she lost her son, her two sons,
There's
her
so
two
many.
sons,
I was
and
probably crying.
3 deaths in the family in
Oh, my
less than a
goodness.
month. And she said, "You know what got me through? The old gays."
Oh, yeah.
That really touched
Yeah.
my heart.